Hi everyone, my name is Claudia and we have got 45 minutes together to move today in this modality, in this method, in this practice. Now, if this is your very first practice of me, then welcome, and for those that are returning, welcome back. As you know, we flow a lot in this class. And really, one of the reasons that we do that is because the more that we flow, the more that we practice, the more we can start to become more intuitive and full-bodied in our experience of asana, of the poses. And I think that's when this sense of magic starts to happen. When we're thinking less about the specific frameworks, like the foot should be here, the hips should be this way, the this, the that, because we flow so many times, we do it so many times that you are completely connected. You almost have this muscle memory, so to speak. So when we're in that space, when we tap into that place, then we can start to delve into the energetics. And that for me is when we can also feel this sense of intimacy too. And it's this sense of intimacy that we will be exploring today in this practice. So with that, let's come to lie ourselves down. Let's take a moment to stop to start. So relax on your back. Get out all of those neuroses out the way. And then why not? Let's start by taking a really deep breath together that's going to consciously transition us from wherever we were, whatever you were just doing, into this sacred space of practice. So go ahead, full breath in. Part your mouth and breathe out. Let's do that again, and I want you to make that breath even more vocal, make it audible. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Nice. Now settle into stillness. Even though stillness might be the hardest quality to achieve right now in this new world order. But then consider the idea of that whilst it may feel like you're in stillness, the planet is actually spinning around 1,000 miles per hour. And at the same time, we are flying around the sun at around 66,000 miles per hour. And whilst we are orbiting the sun, our sun at the center of 8 planets are all spiraling together around the galaxy. So within this moment of stillness, we're actually moving at a speed which is incomprehensible. And when you look at it like that, you realize we are such a small piece of this puzzle. We are part of something so ginormous that we can't even quite conceptualize it. So know that whatever you're going through right now, whether it feels good or if it doesn't feel good or if it just feels neutral, know that it will also change. In fact, an imprint can be made that the only thing that is ever really constant is change. So let that promise of change allow you to feel more comfortable in the here and the now. Allow a longer breath in. And then a deeper breath out. That's how fast it can change. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. That's how easy it can be to let go. The breath forever coming and going and connecting us to one another. This beautiful autonomous action that we often take for granted. So continue to hone in on it, zone in on it, give it more texture, more depth. Let it be the boss, let it be your anchor. Let it pull you into your body as you pull your body into this practice. Now stay with that rhythmical breath, and let's go ahead and open the eyes as we arrive back into the space that we're in. Take a primordial stretch, so reach your legs forward, extend your arms back. And then once those stretches have completed themselves, then bend into your knees and bring the soles of the feet right underneath your hips. We're going to get started by working into the posterior body, the back line of the body. So let's have you press down through your heels, lift up your hips, lift the lower back, your mid back, and then your upper back. So this isn't like a gym class where we're just unconsciously thrusting all the way up. Instead, we're going to move really mindfully and feel every muscle of this process. So really feel your feet connected to the ground. Lift through the hips. Recruit the back line of your body as you squeeze your glutes and then open the pelvis. Lift the chest towards the chin and then draw the chin away from the chest. That's it. Take a full breath in and see if you can expand a little higher. Perhaps some of you will even lift the heels off the ground. Come on to the tippy toes. As you exhale, we're going to really tilt tailbone under. So try to think about drawing your pubic bone towards the crown and then release from upper back. Mid back, lower back, tailbone, heels. There we go. We're going to connect the dots, connect the points. So press down through the ball of the feet and roll the spine up. Breathe in as you undulate. Lift the heels. As you exhale, lower the spine all the way back down. Unwind, uncurl, unfurl. Let's do that a few more times. If you want a little more, reach your arms back behind you. Ripple your front line up and breathe in. As you breathe out, slowly release back down. I like to call this the magic mic move. So embody that. We'll do one more. Breathe in, roll up, let it feel sensual. Even sexual. Just really tap into your own flavor, your own rhythm. All right, and once you've released your spine back down, hug thighs in towards your chest, place your hands behind the backs of your kneecaps. You're going to use that connection to rock and roll your spine forwards and backwards. Release any little bits of residue in that back body. And then let's meet in a tabletop position. Shift your weight forward, step your knees back. So eventually the hands are directly underneath those shoulders and the knees are under the hips. Sometimes I get confused with body parts, excuse me. Okay, so we meet on all fours. You're going to look at your hands and you're going to spread them really wide. Press down through the pads of the fingers, so much so that you can see them turn white. Now with that action, soften your beautiful belly. Tilt tailbone nice and high, so you're spreading your sit bones. Pinch the shoulder blades, the scapula in, and then really lead with your sternum. Cow pose. Inhale if you haven't already. As you exhale, press the ground away from you. Tuck tailbone under, tilt chin in, and then really puff through the back of the heart. So spread the shoulder girdle here. Beautiful. Let's connect breath to movement. Inhale, lift the front body, cow pose, get into the scapula. Exhale, press down to round. Suction navel in and up. And again, inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. All right, now some of you may wish to just carry on with simple cat-cow. Or maybe you want to flirt with different movement patterns right now. So you can wiggle and roll through your hips, through the spine more, your shoulders. Get more intimate with your bones, your being, your breath right now. Actually, in Latin, intimacy is translated into familiaritas, which is where the word familiar has been adapted from. So get real familiar with what it is your body is requesting right now. And as always, to the very best of your ability, honor it. Now take one more honorable breath in. Cleansing, clearing breath out. Beautiful. Come back into tabletop position where you can curl your toes under and glide the booty up and back. Down dog. Take a moment to re-establish your connection to the ground. So your hands are rooted, your toes are plugged, and your tailbone is high to the sky. And then again, I want you to move intuitively here. So beginning to invite whatever it is that your body needs. Open up that conversation between you and your body. Maybe by just saying hello. Hello, buddy. How are you doing today? And notice what happens when you recognize your body's existence. Do you feel a calling to any areas? Can you send extra breath into those sweet spots? Into those sticky spots? Into those spaces and places that are asking to be felt. Okay, now slowly look forward and tiptoe your feet forward, like you're telling the floor a secret. Eventually, we're going to meet at the top of the mat in a really luxurious fold. Bring your feet about hips distance apart here. Bend your knees so deeply that the chest can almost be cradled by your thighs. Some of you will be able to bring the chest to the thighs. Really soften into your skull, so we're not over-tugging the hamstrings right now. Instead, we're feeling this sense of power and stability through the legs. So you may even want to pick up your toes and spread them, reconnect them down, and then feel the inner arches of the feet lift. Let that action reverberate through the legs. You're beginning to engage through the inner seams. Now we'll take some spinal rolls. So go ahead and tilt your tailbone under. So again, think about drawing your pubic bone towards the crown of the head and then roll the body up. We're going to stop about halfway, and then you're going to wing your arms out. Begin to really fluff and puff up through the chest, the front line of the body. So lift your sternum, your belly, your throat, breathe in. As you breathe out, drip and pull your chest all the way back over your thighs. Drop the skull. And again, so undulate, roll yourself up halfway, breathing in. As you breathe out, fold all the way back down to the ground. So feel like honey, allow this caramelization to take place. Moving with a sense of subtlety, with a sense of being really delicate right now. So not craving for flexibility, not craving to display something aesthetically. This is an opportunity to get intimate with connection, with your spine, with undulation, with breath, with movement, so we can put it all together and create a picture of who we are right now in this moment. Synchronization. Okay, now synchronize breath to movement. On your next inhale, you're going to roll all the way up. Lift up your fingers. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we'll take a sweet little back bend. So cactus your arms out. Push your hips forward. And then really open the front line of the body as you squeeze the back line. On the next inhale, reach back up high. Exhale, fold all the way down to the ground. Your own expression of folding. Let it feel medicinal for your spine. From your luxurious forward fold, we're going to take a sweet halfway lift. Lengthen out back body. Weight is forward in ball of feet. Lengthening crown, reaching forward. Exhale, high plank. Let's take a moment of stabilization. So bring your hands to the ground. Step right foot back and then the left foot. Hold and breathe. Zip your heels together. Press the hands down and then pull the biceps away. Hold for 5. Squeeze your glutes. Last 4. Engage your belly. 3. Grip the ground. 2. Arms are strong. On 1, you're going to soften your knees down and then lower your chest and your belly to the ground. Modified push-up, so negative push-up. And then from the ground, we press down through our pubic bone in the backs of the feet to peel the spine up. So from a push-up, we begin to release that. We stretch out the front body and breathe in. As you breathe out, curl toes under, push your hips up and back and arrive in down dog. Continue to develop that deeper relationship with your physicality right now. So get real intimate as you spread your fingers wide, root them down and lift your tailbone up and back. Hug front body into your back body and bend your knees. Now deepen your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's move. Breath on the movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk or even jump your feet forward. Halfway, roll up. Open the wings, breathing in. Fold and breathe out. Let it be expressive. Root to lift all the way up this time. Hands up high, inhaling. Back bend, exhaling. Inhale, elevate. Exhale to drip like a waterfall. We melt down. Halfway, take yourself on a ripple there. Inhale. High plank, exhale, hands come down, step left foot and then right foot. Full body engagement. Hold, take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop knees, all high plank to low plank. Bring shoulders in line with elbows. Keep squeezing your thighs together. Now roll over your tootsies and pull your chest forward in between your arms. Just check in with your shoulders, make sure they're not compressing all the way up into the ears. You're rolling them back and down. Breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Continue to loosen the cloak of your skin. Stretch out the fabric of your bones and breathe using the entire capacity of your lungs. Inhale. Exhale. One more round we go. Look forward, breathe. Step, jump, float. Halfway, roll, breathe in. Release, breathe out. All the way up on the inhalation. Baby back bend, exhalation. Rise up, breathe in. Pull yourself forward and down, breathe out. Halfway, roll the spine. High plank, if you wish, you can jump back, landing with bent elbows. Pull up, lift up dog. Down dog into child's pose. Take a moment of recovery. Knees down, arms forward, forehead to the earth, ground the energy. So take a moment to just really allow those physical muscle groups to relax, but then pull in on the unseen ones, the ethereal muscle groups. That is your presence, your focus, your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Amazing, yogis. All right, we're going to work into the mandala flow. Let's get real intimate. Hands are rooted, tailbone lifts up, down dog. We go with rooted hands, sweep right foot up and back. But do this with intention. So I want you to imagine I'm at home with you right now. And I'm going to press my hand into that right foot. And you're going to press my hand back up. So you turn your hamstring on. With that activation, shift yourself forward. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Bend your right knee and point your right toe towards your head. Simultaneously, send your head back towards your toe. So we work into scorpion back. I want you to get really specific about this movement. So you're using your glute and your hamstring. The hands press down to lift your shoulders further away from the ground, further towards your head. And then you send your head back towards your toe. Imagine you're literally a scorpion and the right toe is your tail and you're trying to sting yourself. Don't know why, but breathe in here. As you breathe out, right knee towards your nose, suction it in, hug it in, and then step the right foot next to your right thumb. We're going to take this container straight into a balance. Walk your right hand forward and dive into it, half moon. Left leg lifts up. Rotate your hip to stack on your right hip and then really reach left fingertips high. Pull in through the right side of your waist and then lengthen the right side of your body out. So we're not compressing and dumping. Now, can you flex the left foot or can you point it? Do something with it and let that turn on the entire left leg. And then feel the energy from the left toes all the way through to the crown. Now breathe in, stay in full capacity of the shape. Breathe out. Bend your right knee deeply. Allow the left foot to descend to the ground. Once the foot lands, turn the left toes out, bend into left knee, Skandasana. Move like a ninja. You can collect your hands together at your heart center in Skandasana. Now make sure you're not collapsing here or sickling into your hips. You're pressing to find that elevation. Engage your bandhas and breathe. Inhale. On the exhalation, we're going to spin to the back. Right hand's going to drop down. Kiss the right knee to the ground. Spin left tootsies to face the back. Reach left arm up and then migrate it south back behind you. So right now we're going to start to work into the hip flex of the glutes and you're going to feel this beautiful stretch across the front line. Option 1 is here. Option 2, if you want to work deeper into your quad, you're going to bend your right knee and the left hand is going to clasp hold of that right foot. If you can reach for the foot, you can kick your shin back and then roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. So you soften into this position. And really to stay here longer, something has to give over. Something has to soften. Something has to relax. Can you let that be your breath? Breathe in. Breathe out. Let it act as a domino effect throughout the body. Inhale. Exhale. One more. In. X. So nice. Now with integrity, begin to release the foot. Reach your left arm all the way forward. Place the hand down. Pick up your right knee. Zip your heels together. You're in a high plank. Keep pulling the elbows away from one another and feel that spread through the shoulders. Now option to lower knees or lower high plank to low plank. Negative push up. Roll over toes. Lift up your chest. Back bend it out. Breathe in. We're in down dog as we breathe out. Put emphasis on slowing down that breath. Last one together. So we can use this breath as a gateway to the sacredness within, to the sacredness of this community, as you sense, as you feel all the people that are breathing with you right now, as you take a deep breath in, full breath out. All right, my loves, left side we go. Sweep your left foot up and back, lift the left leg from the inner seam, and then bring that weight attached to it. Imagine I'm there, pressing it down, turn it on. And now shift forward, shoulders over your wrist, bend the knee, toe towards the head, head towards the toe. We find this scorpion back. So really just visualize the toe is tapping the head. You've got to be able to believe it to achieve it, right? Manifestation, law of action, law of attraction. We want both. So take a big breath in, actively send the toe towards the head and also see it. And then as you exhale, left knee in, squeeze it in, and then step the left foot forward. Once the foot lands, you're going to walk your left fingertips forward. We're going to plunge and lunge into that hand. It's half moon position. Right leg lifts and so does the right arm. We externally rotate through shoulders, through hips. We hold and we breathe. Really hug your navel in towards your spine and then try to lengthen your spine. Grow taller, lift higher, squeeze in, focus, drishti. One more inhalation, deep exhalation. Amazing, everyone. Bend your left knee, use the quadricep, and then lower the right foot to the ground. Find the ground stability. Turn your right toes out, bend your right knee, and lower your hips. Collect the hands together. Take a moment to feel this juicy lateral stretch. Be super mindful of those knees, and then find a proud chest. Just one inhale. On the exhale, we move back home. Left hand down. Allow the left knee to soften as the right arm sweeps high and back. Hello, hips. Hello, front line. Option 1 is here. Option 2, you might want to bend the knee and reach the hand to grab. You might just be reaching, or you may have the capacity to grab hold of the ankle, in which case you can use that connection to your own body to pull the shin back and then allow the right knee to hang over there. Soften it out to the right. Hold and breathe. Bring awareness to that breath and see what it takes to really deepen the process of it. One more. Inhale. Exhale. High plank is your destination. Try not to skip the process. Remember, the transitions are just as important as the positions. Lower down with grace, with ease. Pick the option that's going to add into your potency. Open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we're going to take an active recovery. So from down dog, look forward and then walk your feet forward. Just means we're going to recover whilst we remain activated. So once your feet get to the top of the mat, tuck your chin in and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Once your head lifts, bring one hand to the belly, one hand to your heart. Close down your eyes and just feel the heart. Feel it beating right underneath your hand. And then move into the inside lining of your lungs as you feel the lungs press into your rib cage as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you feel you soften the organs into the base of your pelvis. This really subtle body work, this subtle energy work. Feeling your inner self on a deeper level right now, on more of an intimate level. Let's do that again. Really hone in, zone in on that breath. Feel it massage your internal organs. Inhale. Soft exhale. All right, angels. Second round, we're going to add a little on from the get-go. So open your eyes, gaze forward at your horizon, and then sit low into an imaginary chair as you sweep your arms all the way forward and up. Wrap your pinky fingers in. Hips go in line with your knees. And I want you to really pull shoulder blades away here. Gorgeous. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, sit even lower. We're going to take 2 more breaths, and eventually we're going to come all the way to the ground. Full body engagement. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips and in. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower the butt all the way to the floor, and then lift up your heels. Wrap your hands behind the backs of your knees. We're in boat pose, Navasana. Okay, now you can stay here, or if you want a little more, you're going to reach your fingertips forward. If you want even more, you're going to extend your legs. Keep your spine long and take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower just a little. So start to really dome through your body now. We're going to take 2 breaths all the way to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, Ardha Navasana, lower an inch. And again, breathe in. As you breathe out, lower all the way down. Let out a sigh. Let out a flubber. In fact, let's do it together. Breathe in through your nose. Flubber, flutter the lips, breathe out. It always feels so good. Face yoga, that is actually. All right, now we've strengthened the core, we're going to work into the spine some more. Bend your knees, just like how we started. Bring the feet right underneath them. Root them down to lift your hips up. And now if you want to make this more restorative, you can always place something under your back. We're going to be here for a few cycles of breath. If you want to add on here, you're going to interlace your hands, creating a fist, and then you press that fist into the ground so you can pop up onto your shoulders. Now really press down through your heels, through the fist, and through the shoulder girdle to lift through the front line even more. Chin away from chest. Chest is elevated. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Stay lifted, stay open. Inhale. Exhale. One more, full capacity of your shape. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now lower your spine back down. Release the bind of the hands. Bring your feet as wide as your mat and knock the knees in. One hand to belly, one hand to heart. Close eyes and feel. Now choose wisely. If you already feel like supported bridge pose is at your capacity for today, for your spine, for your back line, then you're going to work into bridge pose again, but maybe even take it more restorative, placing a block underneath the lower back. Or if you had a block there the first time, maybe you attempt interlacing the hands to lift up onto the shoulders. If you want to tap into the intensity and you want to work into wheel pose, you're going to come along with me. So the hands are going to come close to your ears and the fingertips are going to face in towards your shoulders. Make sure your hands are shoulder distance away. Your knees are right over your ankles. So if you're working into supported bridge, go ahead and lift the hips up. If you're coming into wheel pose with me, press down to lift to the crown of the head. And then once you get to the crown, just check in, do a little inventory for your spine. If it feels okay, we proceed. Elbows wrap in, knees are in, so make sure they're not sickling out. From the ground, you rise the chest all the way up. And then from here, we're gonna make some micro adjustments. So realign, walk hands in, bring them right underneath your shoulders, wiggle your feet in, make sure they're still hips distance apart and your toes are facing back. And then straighten out your arms as you push your chest back. Stay lifted through your hips. Keep squeezing your glutes and pushing the ground away from you. So your ears are right next to your armpits, but then try to keep a softness through your neck. Breathe in and lift even higher, maybe even lifting the heels. Exhale, let's tuck the chin in and lower down. Okay, start to unfurl the spine back down. Bring your feet wide, so resist the urge to hug your thighs in here. Instead, knock the knees together. Bring hands to body. So we worked on us to a really deep back bend, and then we don't want to fold in the opposite direction. We want to give the spine a moment to just recalibrate and integrate. Now begin to recommit. Begin to reconnect. Take a slow breath in and then a steady breath out. Okay, my loves, let's have you bring your knees back in towards your chest. Place your hands behind the backs of the knees and give yourself a roll all the way up. Cross your feet, drop your hands. You can step or you can jump into your down dog. We're all going to meet there. If you've walked off the mat, go ahead and jump back onto it. All right, from down dog, right leg, lift it high. Breathe in, second round. Breathe out, shift forward, scorpion your back. Okay, I'm going to give an option for everyone. 1, you're going to drop knee down, level 1. So you continue to work into the spine. Keep that right leg active and send your head back. Option 2, if you want to work more into strength, bring left knee off the ground. You're still in this high plank variation with the back in this scorpion. Option 3 is chin stand. Now I like to walk my hands closer in here. I'm going to wrap my elbows in as I bend them, and then I lower my chest down to the ground. Chin comes down and I take a hop up with vigor. Bring the heels together and bend them. Bend the knees. Have a little play. I'm very aware that when I work into chin stand, I completely cut off my voice. So have a moment of discovery, and then once you've had enough of it, step your right foot forward. Let's all meet there. Believe it or not, half moon is going to be our moment to assimilate. So walk your right hand forward and dive into it. Half moon, breathe in, stretch the body open. Now hold as you breathe out. You can stay here, or you can bend your knee, reaching the left hand back to grab hold of the foot. Again, you might just be reaching, or you may have capacity to grab hold of the ankle, in which case you're going to kick the shin back and find that counterbalance. Do not worry if you wobble now, or if you fall, or if you fly out. Instead, just come back to it and try to really move from a place of love and compassion for simply showing up and breathing in your body, in your bones today. Let's get more intimate with ourselves, with our souls. Take a full inhale. Exhale, release the left leg without slingshotting. Bend right knee, lower left toes down, Skandasana. Yes, now bring the hips all the way to the ground. You might kind of fall out or crash land. Eventually your bum's going to come down. Your right hand is going to come back behind you. We're going to bridge ourselves open. So press down through your feet and your right hand. Lift up your hips. Reach your left arm up and over the head. Take a big breath in and go big. Why not? As you breathe out, lower the hips. Peel your chest to face back towards the long side of the mat. Amazing. Now for some of you, without using your hands, you're going to really try to pull your hips up off the ground. So nice. Now spin all the way to the back of your mat. Right knee comes down. Left arm lifts up. Reach it back. Bend the knee. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, high plank position. Follow the breath. Lower down. Lift up. Inhaling. Reset. Exhaling. Down dog. From down dog, take a slow breath in. And then a deep breath out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale from the mouth. One more cycle, one more round. In. Exhale. That's it, my loves. We've got one more round and then it's on the road to recovery. Let's do this. Full expression. Left leg goes high. Shift forward, scorpion. Option 1, the right knee drops. Option 2, you stay. Option 3, walk hands in, bend elbows, lower chin and chest down. It's chin stand. With vigor, you begin to sweep the toes together with conviction. Not here for lying. Let's stay for another 3 seconds. Full commitment. Put your heart and soul into it. Last 2. On 1, left foot forward. There we go. Half moon. Breathe your body there. Hold as you breathe out. So we're trying to move from the sense of ease. Bend right knee with ease and reach hand back. Let it feel effortless. And where does it come from, this effortlessness? Comes from dropping expectations. So let them go. Wherever you're at is enough. Open and lift. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now come on out. Bend left knee. Re-extend right leg and drop the toes. As light as possible, you land in Skandasana. Woohoo! So juicy for the hips. Bring them down. Connect to your soul, this sense of self-intimacy, and bring your left hand back behind you. This might not feel very familiar, but it's another version of Wild Thing. So press to lift yourself up. Swing the right arm up and over the head. Try to take up space, unless you feel a little refined like me with a wall behind you. Open yourself out. Get off your mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower. Take your time. Realign. Peel the chest to face back forward. And without using your hands, maybe pull those hips up, spin to the back of your mat, soften your left knee down. Right arm lifts high, inhale. Back behind you on the exhalation. Breathing in. As you breathe out, high plank. Listen, this is your last vinyasa of this practice, your last chaturanga. So if you want to linger in any part of this strengthening and this conditioning, go ahead. I'm going to see everyone through in child's pose. And then once you get to child's pose, just allow space for this sense of subtlety, for nuance, for the delicate nature of your aliveness. It's this aliveness that is supported by something that lives beyond the realm of our physical bodies. And it's this subtleness that we want to tap into. Now tap back into your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, angels, start to lift up your chest. Stack your spine and then shift your hips over to one side as you swing your legs all the way forward and round. You're going to bend into your knees, and just like how we started, place hands behind the backs of them and roll your back body down. Once the spine comes down, we're going to take a really gentle twist to just help us release and counteract all of those back bends. So if the thigh is zipped in towards one another, drop the thighs, the knees over to the right. You can place your right hand on your left thigh and then sweep your left hand and arm, I was about to say, let's combine the two, over to the left. Allow the left shoulder to melt. Gaze towards the left fingertips. And then close off that gaze. Shut down your eyes. Just taking a few cycles of breath and noticing if there's any part of you that is still clenching anywhere. Imagine that you're like holding a bunch of shopping bags, and you're just gonna let them go. Let the body just drop down and relax. And with this tenderness, bring knees all the way through center and drop knees over to the left. Cup your left hand on your right thigh, and then allow that right arm to roll all the way over to the right. Drop through the shoulder girdle. Soften chin towards it. Soften the inner lining of your mouth. Relaxing the jaw. Releasing the tongue from the roof. Even licking the lips a few times to swallow. And then when you're ready to fully marvel in all that you've just cultivated, we're going to begin to release the legs all the way forward and down as we arrive in our final position. And it's just like how we started, coming full circle, full mandala, and noticing the change. wherever you've journeyed to, start to come back. Arrive back in your physical body. And then arrive back in your home. Gently begin to bring in some small movements. And then in your own time, rolling the knees over to one side or the other. And just pause in this fetal position. Welcome back. From the ground, press yourself up to a seat. Cross your legs. Lift yourself even taller as you arrive the hands together right at the center of your chest cavity. Thumb knuckles to your heart space. Now bow your brain to your heart as a sign that you've crossed over the bridge today. From thinking to feeling. From intellectualizing to experiencing, from your head into your heart, into your soul. Now bow your heart all the way forward and let this bow be the completion of our time together. Namaste, Hari Om, Tat Sat. Beautiful practice, everyone. I really, truly, deeply hope it served and supported. If it did, please let me know. You can always reach out to me over on Instagram. I'm there all the time. My name's @Mirallegro, so hopefully I'll check in with you very soon. Take care, and I'll see you next time.